go to any business, most of them have a shredder. So there's a document, and it has all the information. And then you shred it into pieces, right? And so the documents have been shredded into little pieces. Now, no matter what business you go to, it's the same stuff. They're trying to make a profit. They're trying to sell some products. They're trying to, it might be selling products. It might be a service. It might be rentals, hotels. It might be places to stay. But it's pretty much the same kind of business. Somebody's going to have a credit card. Somebody's going to have some information, a first name, middle name, last name, address, all that stuff. So you take the document and you shred it. And you get all these little pieces of the pie. The document is whole, but it's shred into pieces, strips, rip. Strip is rip, ST rip. So ST, snake on the cross, rip is ripped into pieces. Eve is a piece cut off, ripped out. The script is ripped. The script is the crypt. There's a crypt. There's a crypto behind the script. There's an unseen. There's a crypt. An unseen is hidden. Cryptic. There's cryptic messages in the script, in the scripture. So as you shred those papers, you're going to have pieces of the whole, and the pieces make the whole. Now, you might say, well, how can you reconstruct that? Well, you can reconstruct it very easily if you know that it's a fractal. It's a fractal hologram. So all the pieces at this business, their shredder, and their shredder, and their shredder, they're going to say the same stuff. It's a credit card. Now, because it is shred, you're not going to be able to find somebody's exact credit card number or exact name or exact address, but you can actually know what it is. It doesn't have to be an exact to know the whole truth. In other words, what I'm telling you is, doesn't matter if you look over here, over here, over here. You shred it into pieces. It's the same story. So it doesn't matter what their name is. Doesn't matter what their credit card number is. Doesn't matter what their address is. It's all the same story. I had this car just appear out of nowhere behind me. It doesn't matter what their name is. It doesn't matter what their address is. It doesn't matter. They got a credit card. It's the same story. It's the same story. And so if it's the same story, and it's the same process, and you know what kind of business it is, you know what they did. You know what they didn't do. They paid. They stayed. They bought. They exchanged. And so you take the root words at all those different businesses and you find a root structure or a root cause, a root foundation. So I don't have to know what's going on in that house, and I don't have to know what's going on in that house, except for I know this. There's a bathroom, there's a bedroom, there's a living room, there's probably a TV, and there's probably a dresser and some carpet. The same story's playing out there as right there. It doesn't matter what kind of job they have. It doesn't matter if they're working at home, investors, or going to a job or whatever. It's the same story playing out. There's nothing new. Long story short, what I'm telling you is, if you can think like I'm revealing, then you can see the fractal hologram. And so the fractal hologram, so if you go visit somebody at that house and you see a pattern, you go over to this house, you see a pattern, you know what's going on. You don't have to know exact details, but you know what the pattern is. And you can actually know what the spirit is, the heart is, the mind is, because there's an overarching pattern. Now, this home here, there might be saved people, and they might be unsaved. This people might be drunks, and they might not be drunks. So, yeah, there's little differences, but once you talk to somebody, the words reveal the heart. Everything's revealed. What I'm trying to tell you is, when you think like a holographic, fractal, repeat storyline, you already know what's going on. If you see somebody arguing about who's going to wash the dishes, why ain't you washing the dishes? You know that they really don't understand certain things. If you're arguing about washing dishes, something wrong. Something bad wrong. I found a free table just now. I did an Uber run. I saw a free table and I grabbed it on my last run. And I was actually at Home Depot today looking for one of those tables to put out in the yard. Long story short, I know that car has an engine. I know that car has a transmission. I don't have to be a rocket scientist to say, hey, that car has a transmission, that car has an engine. It doesn't matter if it's a Ford, Chevrolet, or whatever. It all still works the same way. And why would it be the same? Why would it be similar? Because these companies are going to make it the most efficient. So if Ford's making an efficient transmission that never breaks down, and Chevrolet's, they're going to try to figure out, they're going to go buy a Ford car, take it apart, and figure out what they did. And so all the knowledge is coalescing to one source, the most efficient way. And so you take the fractal holographic truth and it takes you back to source code, because they're going to do it the most efficient way, and the most efficient way lines up with the universe because God created the universe. It points back to Him. Doesn't matter about shapes, colors, transmissions, engines, families. You know that the human body needs 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night, so you know the pattern. Boom, 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 boom. You know the pattern. There's a pattern. There's always a pattern. And if there's a pattern, that means it's construct. Because when you go to the Walmart store and you buy a pattern because you're going to sew you a shirt or some pants, you buy a pattern. The fabric of space-time, it's a pattern. You can see the fractal holographic truth in everything, and the patterns don't lie. The patterns don't lie.